The episode starts with the squad at the Smith house, helping Beth and the rest of the Smith family decorate the Christmas tree, and while doing so, Cusco wakes up to Yumi watching TV, wrapped up in her blanket like a burrito, and asks if she wants to help decorate the tree. "Hey Yumi, I noticed you were in a bit of a mood, so I wanted to ask if you wanted to help decorate the tree so you and Space Beth can bond again."
Cusco, you're my friend, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I will never, ever in a million years, bond with my bitch of a space mom. Besides, I still haven't forgiven her for all the shit she did to our family.
Yumi says before taking a sip of her cocoa. Cusco then walks back to the fam, feeling a bit disappointed that Yumi won't help decorate the tree, getting the squad's attention. "Well, Yumi refuses to help us because of her hatred towards Space Mom."
You know, honestly, I wish Yumi would just let go of all her hate she has towards Space Beth already,
Doof said as Rick shook his head.
She's not gonna do it, Doof. Believe me, that girl is as stubborn as they come.
"I let go of my hatred towards my mother, and look how I turned out," Crocker says as the rest of the squad look at him awkwardly. "What? Did I step on something?"
Yeah, a big pile of you shouldn't have said that out loud,
Father said, laughing, holding up his hand for anyone to give him a high five, and Sims shakes his head to him as he lowers it.
"We're not doing that right now. Although, this has been getting out of hand."
Yumi starts walking to her room without saying anything to anyone. As she gets ready for bed, a fiery portal opens as Hades walks out.
"Hey Yumi, how's it going? Hades, Lord of Darkness, how are you? You, little lady, have been chosen to play everyone's favorite game show!"
He waves his hand as Yumi is teleported to another place, a giant room that looks like a game show.
"Get on with your lives! Where we help poor suckers that have unresolved hatred for another poor sucker as they get on with their lives. Our lovely assistant will explain our game to our lovely contestant. Tell Yumi what she's won!"
Katie Killjoy walks out of the portal and smiles at Yumi. "Congrats, Yumi." It's Yumi, lady," Katie interrupts her. "That's great, Yugi. No one gives a shit." "That's my sister." "No one cares." "Tonight you'll be visited by 3 spirits. I'm sure you've seen the timeless classic A Christmas Carol, I'm sure." She smiles at Yumi until she nods annoyed. "Well then you know the drill. You'll be visited by ghosts representing your past, present, and future. So if you have any secrets you want to keep secret, be sure to write them down here, and we'll be sure to take extra focus on them. What? You think you can keep them from our beautiful audience? Don't be silly, Yugi." "That's Yumi, damn it! You're talking about Yugi from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!" "No, Yumi. We're talking about you getting over your hatred for Space Mom." "Yeah, so I hate my Space Mom. What of it?" "What's of it is the first spirit will be there at midnight tonight, so you better get your, She looks at Yumi over and makes a face. "Sleep before the spirit gets here. And don't worry, our faithful viewers will be watching the whole time as they get on with your life." She hears the crowd applause as everything swirls around her and fades back to her room. She grumbles and gets back in her bed.
Yeah, get on with my life. Give me a break. That was probably just Hades messing with me.
"Well, you ain't getting to me, matchhead!"
she yelled. But as Yumi was about to fall asleep, a bright light wakes her up, and a ghost that looks like her grandmother appears. "Hello, Yumi. I am the ghost of Christmas past, and I'm here to take you on a journey of self-discovery. Now get your ass out of bed so we can get this over with," the ghost says while making an attempt to get Yumi out of bed.
Okay, 1, you look like my grandma, and 2, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not capable of passing through damn walls.
Yumi says annoyed that she was waken up by a ghost. "Well, I'm aware of that, but if you've seen A Christmas Carol, then you know that if you grab my arm, you can pass through walls as we fly to your past." The ghost holds out her arm as Yumi grabs on when they fly out the window. "Okay, hold on, and maybe not look down, and we'll be at your past in no time." "Oh yeah, I'm sure." "Ah!" Yumi yelled as she looked down, seeing them hundreds of feet up. As they fly on, they see a bright light in the distance. "What is that bright light? Are you flying us into the sun or something?" The ghost laughs as she gains speed. "No, Yumi. This is your past, and we're about to pass through." so you might feel a little stretched. Oh, stretched. Wait, what? As they enter the portal to the past, Yumi feels as if she's being pulled like taffy, as they are slingshot into space. Hey, we're in space! She holds her breath when the ghost laughs. You're safe here, Yumi. Look! Does that look familiar? She points to the kids next door moon base. Yumi sees the base and remembers her childhood of being inducted into the K&D. Hey, that's the kids next door moon base. I remember becoming a member of the kids next door. She sees her younger self putting her booger into the code module and becoming number 96. This is one of my favorite memories of my life. I remember becoming a member of the kids next door and met some of the best friends and went on amazing assignments. But Ghost, why take me to this point in time? This may have been one of your greatest moments of your life, but it was also when you first began to hate someone the same way you hate Space Mom. You see the moment when you first find out about Father, and you see the same look on your face as the one you make when you see Space Mom. Your constant hatred for Father never really went away. You may no longer hate Father, but that hatred for him was redirected to another person. I'm certain I don't need to tell you who that person is. Yumi looks at her younger self and thinks for a moment. Nah, I can't think of anyone. You aren't really implying that my hatred for Space Mom was my hatred for Father just redirected towards her? Nah. The ghost of Christmas past looks annoyed before her timer goes off. Well, it seems my time is up. I suppose it's the ghost of Christmas present's job now. I know you'll move on from your hatred towards Space Beth and get on with your life. She waves her hand as everything swirls around her, and she's brought back to her bed. Yumi thinks about what the ghost said before she tries to fall asleep. When she starts hearing Christmas music from outside her room, she follows the sound to the living room and sees Sims wearing Christmas robes. He's standing in front of a pile of presents. Hi, you're finally awake. I got the text from the ghost of your past. Looks like you didn't really get what she was trying to tell you. Don't worry, I'll make this more easier to grasp. Here, grab the collar of my sleeve and we'll be off. As Yumi grabs the fuzzy collar of his robe, the music becomes louder, as it feels as if the very house is flying in the air. The rug becomes a portal as they see the same living room. Wait, this is a living room, but everyone is there. She sees them decorating the tree, but notices that Cusco is upset.
Wait, why is Cusco upset?
The ghost of Christmas present is looking at Sims. So that's who I'm supposed to represent here. Well, I have big muscles. I mean, the reason Cusco is upset is because there you are, wrapped up in your grumpy goth burrito, sipping on your cocoa of hate, while everyone decorates the tree. Then you walked back to your room without so much okay guys, I'm going to bed. And all that poor soul Cusco wanted to do was have you and Space Beth spend time decorating the tree. But you can't get past your hate for Space Beth to do that. So this is happening right now as you sleep. Yumi is surprised that Cusco is upset. Well, I can decorate as much as I can at this point. That's the point of you youngsters, huh, guys? Doof said as Rick, Crocker, and Father sit down and grab some hot cocoa. Doof sees that Cusco is upset. Hey, Cusco, what's the matter? You're tall. You can decorate the higher part of the tree that we old folks can't, he said despite being about the same height. Cusco exhales and drinks some cocoa. I just can't believe that Yumi wouldn't help decorate the tree, and she still hates Space Beth despite me trying all year to help them spend time together. Space Beth sits down with the others. I wish she could just let go of her hatred already. Well, that kind of hatred isn't really that easy to get rid of. I, for one, had a hard time letting go of my hatred for humanity for what they did to me all those years ago. You see, I was to become the first monkey in space. Rick interrupts him. Yeah, we all know about the story about you becoming a beefcake you are today, and you getting the banana from Monkey, and it made you sad, and you stopped hating humans, Rick said, pouring something from his flask into the cocoa. Ah, that's what it needs. he added before taking a drink.
Half a century of hatred towards humans, and it all gets boiled down to, and then Monkey gave him a banana, and now he's good. The end. Well, I'll have you know, it wasn't that simple. There were plenty of times where people made me reconsider plans to destroy the planet, but it wasn't until someone really important came along and helped me see that not all humanity is bad,
Sims said, looking at Father.
You're welcome, but that's what squad members do, you know, bro. Don't even trip dog.
Rick said, not realizing Sims was talking about Father.
I think he was talking about me, Rick. But I think this mostly has something to do with me. You see, before I met Sims and joined the squad, I wasn't really the nicest person. Well, I mean the kids. I was a really bad man. To kids. Not in the weird way like Mr. Wink or Fib were probably. I was a super villain. The super duper of villains. Heck, I was the greatest threat to the K&D than no dessert after dinner, or extra homework on school breaks. But then Sims helped me see that I can be more than a villain, so I joined the squad, and I think Yumi's hatred of me was put to someone else instead of being resolved,
Father said as Space Beth nodded. I didn't make things any better. I abandoned the family and went out to space to have some big midlife crisis, and not to think about the consequences of that. The squad agreed as they watched the Christmas tree.
So it sounds like we need to sit down with Yumi and explain that her hatred is misplaced, and maybe get the help of Dr. Wong to resolve her issues with both Father and Space Beth. It sounds like she has some unresolved issues with both you guys. With Father, she may think that she no longer hates him, but that may be because the hate is directed towards Space Beth to justify her still being mad. And the reason for hating Space Beth is because she left like the deadbeat mom, trying to live out some carefree life in space.
Doof said, shaking his head, judging her actions. Space Beth looks at Doof annoyed. Oh, thanks, Doof. You really don't sound biased at all. But you have a point. The problem is getting Yumi to actually go along with this plan. Who knows if she'll forgive me for what I did? Meanwhile, Yumi watches them discuss this as the spirit of Christmas present closes the portal.
Well, Yumi, do you think you could do that?
Yumi thinks for a moment. Well, that does sound like a good idea. There's just one thing. The ghost of Christmas present leans in, curious about what Yumi's about to say.
I would never let Space Beth get near me, let alone resolve my hate for her. This was the past, and this happened like forever ago.
How could I still have hate for him or whatever? I just really hate Space Beth. The ghost of Christmas present looks disappointed at Yumi.
Oh, Yumi, how disappointing.
His alarm goes off.
Well, it seems you have only one ghost left. I can only hope that day can help you move on from your hatred. If not, goodbye.
Everything turns to dust and vanishes back to her room. But it seems empty. When she finds that she isn't in a room, but a padded cell, her shadow comes to life as it forms a person who stands in the empty room in front of her, pointing outside the door.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I am the ghost of Christmas to come. Ooh! I'm here to show you what the future holds for you because you can't let go of your unresolved hate. Nope, how I don't say it towards a Space Beth? Well, the entire night the other ghosts were trying to tell you that your hatred towards Space Beth may have been redirected hate that you originally had for this father person, who I guess is who I look to you. Not gonna lie, I can see why you feel that way. I mean, he does look like someone you'd hate on sight. And man, my voice! Anyways, that hate you feel for Space Beth is going to go to another person, and then another person, until there's not gonna be another person in your life to direct the hate towards, because you're gonna keep pushing people away. So the only person you can hate is, well...
Who? Just tell me, damn it! Just then she looks behind her and sees her future self sitting in a chair in front of her. Her future self looks at her suddenly, and Yumi is shocked to see that her future self looks almost like Rick. but with black hair and her shirt. What is this? Some kind of tricks by the ghost? I know you would return. I told them you tried to get me to forgive Space Beth. I don't need them. I don't hate anyone. I hate myself. I don't need anyone. I'm Yumi Rick. That's right. I get it now. I'm Yumi Rick. Just then the door opens by another Rick as Yumi Rick walks out looking at Yumi. Here I go, do Rick things, not Yumi things. I'm a Rick now. Ooh, I'm gonna get a sandwich that Ricks love but Yumi's hate. It's gonna be delicious. Yumi tries to stop her future self, but the door slams shut.
No, Spirit, please. Don't let this be my future. I promise I'll change. I'll go to Dr. Wong. I'll resolve my hate for Space Beth. Just don't let this be my future.
The ghost of Christmas future looks confused. Wait, I thought you were afraid of dying or whatever. Oh well, I guess this is close enough. I'm not sure how to end this. He takes out the book of The Christmas Carol. Aren't you supposed to wake up after falling in your grave? I don't know, my time's up anyways. I guess I could do this. He opens the door in front of her. A blinding light is all she sees. She feels herself being pulled by a powerful wind as she's lifted off the ground and flies to the door, waking up in her bed. She looks around. You really couldn't have just done what the other ghosts have done and just fade transition me back to my bed? She yelled as Cusco knocks on the door. Hey, you're awake. I was listening and trying to get the courage to knock or anything. Let's go get some breakfast. Yumi follows Cusco in the living room as the fam are waiting for her. Yumi sits down on the couch with the fam. I think I may need to talk to Dr. Wong about my feelings towards Space Beth. And it might have something to do with you, Father. Me? What did I do? Oh wait, your hatred of me, huh? You think you might not have gotten over your hate for me, so when I became a member of Squad 8, you took that hate of me and directed it to another person that hurt you, and you justified said misdirected hatred? The squad look at him confused. Well, I'm right, I think. The squad laugh as they pass presents around, as the screen fades to black, and the episode ends.